First of all, Mr. Terui of Myojo School, the question I have for you is the board, in the board discussions that you had, so when you talk to the board about providing safe energy, well, if you're talking about nuclear power, then it's not, well, nuclear power is not safe for anybody really. But what you want to say, are you thinking about your students only or for people of all of Japan? You want to, well, the board's responsibility lie with the students, not with the people of Japan. So when we're talking about renewable energy, can you say that, well, what do you want to say? Oh, so what kind of benefits come from this project to the school? What do you want to say? So what kind of discussions did he have with the board when you're weighing the pros and cons of such a project happening at the school? So the board mainly seemed to be at the time thinking about what to do about not the students but the graduates, but apart. It seems like the school just did not want to do a project with companies. So the board really didn't care about, what happens outside in the community and so on and so forth. They seem to not pay much attention to it. But teacher did tell the board of directors that this will eventually, be good for the students, and I think the board understood that. So what's safe about renewable energy? What's more safer about renewable energy than your solar power energy? So in the students' graduation composition, they talk about CO2. So it has to be safe, but it has to be cleaner as an energy source. So as one option, we thought solar energy would fill that hole, is what we've been telling our students. So from my point of view, I think that's an ideal thinking that you have, that the argument that you took to the board. But when you were having discussions with the board of directors, can you always talk about ideal things with the board of directors? I mean, it would be difficult to convince something of ideals when you're talking to the board of directors, no? And if they didn't fight you too hard, then I think you were in a very lucky position. Thank you.
At Silliman University, I first want to say congratulations for being able to generate 30,000 kilowatts out of 173,000 kilowatts that you use on campus. Also, it's very informative that you knew that you were able to assess how much energy is used on campus. furthermore, your goal for going over a megawatt of generation is really a fantastic goal. Has any assessment been done to learn what it will take to become a completely carbon neutral, completely jikyu jisoku, self-sustaining, energy self-sustaining campus in terms of total energy use?
As I mentioned, initially the plan is to put up a 1.2 megawatt under a build, operate, transfer agreement with the provider. I think the biggest learning is to understand national regulatories on the implementation of an initiative like this, particularly in our Department of Energy. We have a team in our university who've been conducting study about this on this initiative of putting up in this particular and very kind arrangement between the university and the provider, because Silliman University don't have that much resources in terms of financial matter on the investment cost, because initially we wanted to at least put up a total carbon free university without cost from the university pocket. To respond into that, I think there must be a thorough understanding about regulatories in getting, especially on special arrangement in providing solar power within the university.
Thank you very much. それから鮎川先生にお聞きしたいと思ったんですが、大変素晴らしい映像を拝見。
And Miss Ayukawa, it was a beautiful visuals that you showed us, and within the university, you were using the power for this and that. The calculations were very interesting, and I was very impressed by your calculations. I didn't know you could do all of that. And because it's a business college, it's a commercial school, so can you going forward think about aligning with the community with local power companies? Yes, I thought about that as well. But first, we like to do it at the university. Then, inch by inch, grow bigger. Then perhaps we could eventually become a local power station as well. And I'm studying that myself, and it's quite difficult. There's a lot of areas that are quite difficult, and I'm already starting to see that. What kind of difficulties are you already seeing? Power stations have to provide a certain amount of power stations every 30 minutes, and they project that the prior month, and they have to generate a report. There's many ways of going around that, but they do something like that. And some places, most of the places, the power companies have a vendor do all of that for them. So if we have to do what have their vendors do, and if our school has to do all of that ourselves, it's going to be hard and it's going to cost a lot of money. But I wrote about that in my separate notebook. But it's going to cost a lot on many things. So even in our plan to change all the light bulbs to LEDs, we're having money shortage there. And if this project is going to also cost a lot of money, then it's going to be difficult to implement this project. I'm really racking my brains thinking about this.